Lana did very well explaining the case style and the jurisdiction. It was very simply put on the first slide, which I found very appropriate. And then she moved right into the facts of the case, breakdown. There was a lot of words on the slide, but I feel like you needed enough of the background to understand, to be able to follow along with her project, the case that she was presenting. It was very explained with the bullet points. She went on to not only did she put it here, but as she didn't read just from the slide. She actually gave a thorough explanation of the slide. Of the case, a more thorough background than what was just put on the slide, which I found very appropriate and was very effective for me to be able to follow along. If she had left any of the background out, I'm not sure that someone that was following along with this would have been able to easily support with the case law that presented, because they would have had facts left out, and they would not be able to draw a conclusion. So she did very well laying out the facts and then explaining those as well. And then the next slide, she moved into the issue, going right along with the IRAC method. She laid out the first issue. She went and gave a little explanation as well. And then along with this imagery, I felt like the imagery that she used throughout her project was appropriate, very effective. It did go along with her case. And then the next slide, she went into explaining what an independent contractor versus an employee is, and how this image played along with her case. The imagery that she used was a lot throughout the presentation, but it was very effective as well to be able to present the case. Her second issue, she presented right here and gave a little explanation as well. To go along with it, and then she followed along to the next slide, where the second issue was, is ACE liable? She gave an explanation, or little facts about what explained the question, the issue of how the agent, the principal, I don't know necessarily that all of that was necessary, but it was okay to put in there to be able to easily follow through with the project. Her next slide presented was the case law that she found. It went along in her jurisdiction, which was Tennessee. You can see here the Tennessee abbreviation right there. Respondent Superior, she did the rule. And then she went on to the next case that she had, also another Tennessee case, which supported, which was a binding authority, went with her jurisdiction that she presented. Again, another image that was appropriate. She explained the case that she found very well, very thorough. Now, I don't know if it was intended to do this, but the entire case is underlined. It's only supposed to be the parties' names that's underlined. And I'm not sure about the Tennessee Supreme Court 2002. That could have been in parentheses, I think. I would have to maybe verify that in the Blue Book to make sure. But again, it's a binding authority. She went in and explained those very well. And then her final case was also another binding case in Tennessee that she concluded her presentation of her cases with. And then finally her conclusion that she come to after presenting the facts and the cases, she did find that Ace Tractor was liable, and from due to her findings with the case law to support that, she very thoroughly explained everything very well. I think the analysis could have been moved towards the conclusion to be able to kind of go along with the IRAC method as well, to kind of be separated and then move right into the conclusion. She did very well explaining everything. Her presentation was very well put, very easy to follow.